From Gator Park on the campus of Santa Maria High School, it's time for the District 5-5A baseball opener on the Rev, Game of the Week. My name is Jeff Porsche, and along with Mike Moeller, we welcome you to tonight's district matchup between the visiting EA Spartans and the host Gators. When we return, we'll talk about today's game, followed by the first pitch here on the Rev, Game of the Week.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ATEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Daily routines change, but the land stays the same. There's ground to cover, a herd to feed, and you still have to make it back in time to get a clean start on tomorrow. So run with us on a John Deere Gator, because being linked to the land means the work never stops. Nothing runs like a deer.
At Ascension Equipment, save more today and mow tomorrow.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
The A-Team at Eustis Mortgage, here to serve all your home lending needs. Our company is a Louisiana-based family-owned mortgage company. Our mission is to provide custom-tailored mortgage solutions while educating our clients and providing the highest level of customer service during the transaction. Whether you're buying a home or looking to refinance, we would love to be of assistance to you. The A-Team at Eustis Mortgage is a proud supporter of Ascension Parish Athletics.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. You see the two teams there. East Ascension at Santa Maria, the district opener for both teams. They'll be playing again later this week, but they're going to get their first game in this evening, and we'll have it here. So stay tuned. I'm Jeff Porsche, and Mike Moeller is with me. And let's talk about the coaches to start things off here tonight.
Yeah, so for EA, we got Cade Cowan. He's in his 6th year with the Spartans. He's got a 77-98 overall record, but 25-14 in district. Also been to the playoffs 7 times with a record of 3-4. Santa Maria's got Brandon Bovada. He's in his 4th year. Pretty impressive, 86-28 overall record. He's 14-6 in the district, and a 6-3 record in the playoffs since he's gotten here.
And of course, last year was the big year for Santa Maria. They made it all the way to the state championship game where they lost to West Monroe. EA with Coach Cowan, they won playoff game a couple of years ago over in Zachary, and they're still trying to rebuild after losing a lot of good players, and that's what we're seeing this year so far. As we're going to turn it over to the district records here in 5-5A as we are about to start the 5-5A season. And Mike, what do you see right there?
Yeah, so the 6 teams we've got in the district, obviously we have 3 new teams, Denham Springs, Walker, and Live Oak. And you see Live Oak, just in overall records, the top of that list right now at 19-4. Dutchtown comes in at 17-5. Santa Maria right behind at 16-7. Then we go Denham Springs and Walker, followed by East Ascension.
Yeah, you see East Ascension with that 3-17 record. But one thing that, or actually a couple of things that we can point out when you're talking about East Ascension is the record is kind of misleading when you get there. For a couple of reasons. One of the main reasons is, and we talked to Coach Cowan about this, his team has been competitive this year. They've been in pretty much every game, and they've played fairly well for most of the season, even though they hadn't come out with a lot of wins.
Yeah, I mean, they played a few good teams as well, a couple of state champions from last year, and then always in the tournaments that, the Jay Patterson and the other tournaments that they play in, they're going to get some good competition. So they played some good games, and as you pointed out, holding their own up until that 5th and 6th inning, just hadn't found that knack of how to finish that game quite yet. But once they do that, look out.
Absolutely, and when you look at their schedule, one of their 3 wins is against Vanderbilt Catholic. That was on February 23rd. You may recall last season Vanderbilt Catholic was the state champions. They played in 4A, but they played on the select side. I believe it's Division II. They were the state champions in that. But they've also played South Terrebonne. They were the 4A state champions last year, non-select. And then some of their other opponents, Zachary always has a good team. St. Paul's, Covington's having a very good season. They played all these teams. Slidell, that's a team that made the playoffs last year. We saw them against Dutchtown. Brother Martin, Ruston, Notre Dame Crowley, and Sulphur last week. Sulphur played all 3 teams in Ascension Parish, came out here, and they actually swept all 3 teams.
Yeah,
so that was a fun trip for them.
Yeah, they took care of business. I mean, Sulphur's always strong. When you go to that Lake Charles, the west side of the state, and you got your Barbs and your Sulphurs and even your Sam Houstons, and, it just gets really strong over there. But I don't know. I kind of like our chances. I know Sulphur came in here and took care of business, but I'd put our teams in Ascension Parish up against those guys.
Absolutely, and it's good to get that kind of experience just to see kind of where you stand with these teams and maybe be able to scout them if you got to play them later on in the postseason, which often happens. San Juan played Sulphur in the semifinals last season. As you saw, the wind is blowing in, looks like, here from center field. We saw the earlier shot, the 2 coaches, Bravada and Cowan, at home plate meeting with the umpires. And there you go. You see Bravada right there pointing out all the ground rules. Yes. So there you go.
We're going to have 3 umpires for today's game, starting with district. We're going to have a 3-man crew for district play. That's why we're going to see 3. We're used to seeing 2 so far this year, but once they start district, you're going to start seeing 3 umpires. And
so you got the 10 games in district in 5-5A on both the boys and the girls side in baseball and softball. The one difference between the softball season in district and the baseball season in district, as you have seen, as we've covered a lot of softball games so far, you play all the teams once and then you go around and play them a second time at the opposite site, so you get a home and home with both teams. With this, you're going to get a home game and a road game. You're going to play 2 back-to-back and go through that 5 times to finish out their schedule. So we're ready for the PA.
Welcome to this beautiful Tuesday afternoon here at the Gophers Diamond at Gator Park. Our matchup between your Santa Maria Gators and the visiting East Ascension Spartans. Today's game is sponsored by Brock After Hours Clinic, conveniently located in the Surgical Specialty Center, located at 8080 Blue Vine Boulevard, Suite 1000 in Baton Rouge. After Hours Clinic is available nights and weekends, 7 days a week as an alternative to the emergency room for assessment and treatment of post-acute bone, joint, and muscle injuries. Thank you, Brock, for sponsoring today's game. And now the starting lineup for the visiting East Ascension Spartans. At catcher, number 17, Hudson Browning. At shortstop, number 8, Luke Connerly. At first base, number 2, Bryce Merton. At DH, number 13, Jathan Wilson. At third base, number 14, Jace Babbitt. At second base, number 12, Wes Boudreaux. In right field, number 4, Petrie Thompson. The starting pitcher, number 10, Peyton Malosol. In left field, number 23, Ryder Babbitt. In center field, number 6, Ethan Frozzi. The Spartans are led by head coach Kate Cohen. And now the starting lineup for your Amant Gators. In center field, number 8, Lane Swanson. Behind the plate, number 18, Trent Laporte. At third base, number 11, Blaze Lalonde. At first base, number 14, Lawson Bourgeois. In left field, number 3, Dallas Moran. In right field, number 4, Wyatt Ford. UDH for today, number 16, Connor Malazon. At shortstop, number 23, Ryder Molay. At second base, number 31, Dakota Jaro. And your starting pitcher, number 32, Chase Kelly. The Gators are led by head coach Brandon Bavada, assistant head coach Jay Knights, along with assistant coaches Cody Argo, DJ Lazino, Ryan Ricker, and Skylar Inlow.
Yes, please.
At this time, I'll ask everyone, please stand and remove your hat for the playing of the national anthem.
So we are just about ready for beginning of tonight's game. East Ascension at Santamont. Jeff Porsche and Mike Moeller with you. And at this point, we're going to turn it over to Mike, and he's going to introduce the East Ascension Spartans batting order.
Leading off today for the Spartans is the catcher Hudson Browning. Batting second, the shortstop Luke Connerly. Third hole is going to be Bryce Merton. He'll play first base. Batting cleanup, Jathan Wilson. He's the DH. Batting fifth, Jace Babbitt. He's the third baseman. And at second base, Wes Boudreaux bats sixth. Hitting seventh, Petrie Thompson. He plays right field. Hitting eighth, Peyton Malonson. He is on the mound. And in the nine hole, the left fielder, Ryder Babbitt.
And that lineup will face the Santamont starting pitcher, Chase Kelly, as he gets the call today for the district opener for the Gators. And right now, he's pitched 13.1 innings, so 13 and a third innings, and he has not given up an earned run this season, as he is 3-0 on the season This is going to be his second start.
Yeah, 13 in the third innings. He's hadn't given up a run. He's only started one game, but picked up at least 2 wins out of the bullpen for sure. 14 strikeouts in those 13 innings and only 3 walks. So that's something to pay attention to. You know he's going to be filling up the zone, trying to get some early outs.
Right. Dallas Moran, the starting pitcher who we're used to seeing. We saw him earlier this season against Dunham. He's going to be playing left field today, and so he'll be starting probably game 2 of this series.
Yeah, probably so. We saw Dallas actually his comeback from his finger injury. I think he had in the weight room. We saw him pitch his first game of the year against Dunham. Little rusty, but figured it out pretty quick as Santa Maria made easy work of Dunham.
So Browning, Connerly, and Murden will face Chase Kelly in the top of the first. And there's the first pitch. And a drive to short, and it's stabbed by Ryder Mole. So right away, first pitch and an out. Well hit ball, but right to Mole.
Yeah, he put a hurt on that ball. He barreled that thing. It's as good as you want to hit. Sometimes, they call those the atom balls. You hit it hard, but unluckily, right at the shortstop.
So this will bring up the number 2 hitter, Connerly. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. So the count 0-1 with 1 out here in the top of the first. And another strike called. So 0-2 very quickly ahead.
Yeah, Kelly, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, kind of what we, just looking at his stats. I don't want to be a fortune teller, but that's kind of what, you would think. He's going to be a strike thrower. He's going to make you put that ball in play.
And that pitch high. So the count now 1-2 to Connerly. Connerly is the EA team leader in runs, walks, and sacrifices. And a called strike 3, and that's the second out of the inning. And with 2 outs, we're going to turn it over to Mike, and he'll take a look at the defensive lineup for Santa Maria.
Defensively for the Gators today in the outfield from left to right, Dallas Moran, Lane Swanson, and Wyatt Ford. On the infield, third base, Blaze Lalonde, shortstop, Ryder Mole, second base, Dakota Gyro, and at first base, Lawson Bourgeois. The batter today doing the catching, Trent Laporte, and on the bump, Chase Kelly.
And the first pitch, a ball to Bryce Murden, the first baseman for East Ascension. So 2 quick outs. Browning lined out to the shortstop. Connerly caught looking. Now 2-0.
Yeah, good sequence on Connerly. 2 fastballs right on the black, gets him 0-2, tries to get a chase upstairs, doesn't get it, and front door curveball just kind of locks Connerly up for that third strike.
2-0 count. And there's a strike called. So now 2-1. So you brought up Connerly. He was the strikeout victim earlier. We expect to see him pitching against Santa Maria possibly on Thursday. 2-1 and a strike called. Count 2-2.
One a little wide, one a little in. Pick one of them. I don't know. If you're going to call that, just make sure it's you call it every single time. Just be consistent. That's fine. The way the hitters on both sides and the pitchers have an idea what that strike zone is going to be.
And fouled away to the screen. So the count remains 2-2. 2 outs here in the top of the first. 2 quick outs by the pitcher, Chase Kelly, trying to get a 1-2-3 inning right here. 2-2 offering, fouled right in our direction.
Yeah, good job by Kelly. So, going 2-0 right there, working his way back. Made some nice pitches. That 2-1 pitch right on that inside black. Nobody expects that ball to come in there. You're looking, more towards out over the plate. It's something you can drive when you're ahead in the count as a hitter.
And there's a bouncer to short. And the throw from Mole over to Bourgeois, and a 6-3 third out. So a 1-2-3 inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. No score, bottom of the first, EA at Santa Maria. And we'll turn it over to Mike, and he'll give you the batting order for Santa Maria.
Leading off for today for the Gators is going to be the center fielder, Lane Swanson. Trent Laporte will DH. Or actually, he is behind the plate, sorry. Doing the catching, Blaze Lalonde will hit in the 3-hole. Batting fourth, Lawson Bourgeois. The left fielder, Dallas Moran, will hit 5th. Wyatt Ford, the right fielder, will hit 6th. Connor Molizon, the designated hitter, hits 7th. Ryder Mole, shortstop, hits 8th. And in the 9 hole, the second baseman, Dakota Gyro.
And they will face Peyton Melanson, who is making his 5th start of the season. He's 1-3 on the season, but he has an outstanding ERA, 2.52 on the season. So he's a solid pitcher, and we'll see what he can do against this Santa Ma lineup here today.
Yeah, Peyton up there in innings for the team. He's got 25. He's only given up 24 hits, so that's good, keeping those hits underneath your innings pitched. So, I mean, we know he's going to come in. He's going to do his job. He's got a 2.52 ERA. He's kind of stingy with the runs that he's given up.
And he'll face 1, 2, 3, as you brought up. That'll be Lane Swanson, Trent Laporte, and Blaze Lalonde for the Santa Ma Gators. So we're in the bottom of the first inning, and a 1, 2, 3 inning for pitcher Chase Kelly, as he got Browning to line out to short, got Connerly to strike out looking, and then Murden with the grounder to short for the 3rd out. So we're just about ready for the first pitch, as I believe this will be the throw over to second, and it is. And we are ready for the bottom of the first.
To lead off for the Gators, number 8.
Always good to try to get some early runs to try to get a comfortable lead. Santa Ma will try to do that here in the bottom of the first. And the first pitch, a strike called. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouled off. So ahead, 0-2 to Swanson. Have a little trouble getting get a hold of the ball there.
A little fumble. Yeah, I like the pace of both pitchers.
Yeah.
Kelly and Melanson both come out pumping strikes. Trying to dictate that pace.
0-2 outside. So 1-2, trying to get him to chase something. Ahead in the count. Count now 1-2. There's a bouncer, and it's taken by the first baseman. Murden unassisted for the out. So with 1 out, let's get to the East Ascension defensive starters.
Defensively for the Spartans today in the outfield from left to right, Tanner Stagna, Ethan Froese, Blake Smith on the infield, third base, Darren McGee, shortstop, Luke Connolly, second baseman, Jace Babin, and first base, Bryce Murden. The batter today for the Spartans, behind the dish, Hudson Browning, and on the mound, Peyton Melanson.
And the first pitch to Trent Laporte is a ball high. 1-0 the count. And that's fouled away. 1-1. So 1, 2, 3 for East Ascension in the top of the first. And the first batter for Santa Ma, retired first base unassisted, Murden with the ground out. And a swing and a miss.
Yeah, good job by Murden on that ball, too. Kind of in between. If you don't charge that immediately, you're going to get that in between hop, and you don't know what it's going to do. He immediately charged that ball, caught it right on top of his shoelaces before it could bounce again. Easy for the first out.
And there's a bouncer. Third baseman will grab it, throw to first. In time. Nice throw by Jace Babin to Bryce Murden. 5-3 for the second out.
Now at the plate, number 11, Blaze.
Yeah, I messed that up. I think I had Darren McGee over there and then put Jace Babin at second base.
Yeah, Babin at third. Yeah, Jace Babin at third and Ryder Babin in left. And a strike called to the number 3 hitter, Blaze Lalonde, the third baseman. And there's our first base hit of the game to left.
Shot to left field. He will
So
reach first safely. That's going to bring
a
up
single.
14.
And runner at first with 2 outs, and Lawson Bourgeois is going to come to the plate.
And Wes Boudreaux is at second base. Man, I butchered that whole line. I don't know. I had it right on my scorebook, but I didn't read it off the right one. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's okay. Get it all fixed now. 2 outs, and the first pitch inside to Bourgeois. Lalonde at first has the only hit of the game so far. Taking a short lead at first. And there's a strike right down the middle. So far, Melanson filling the plate with strikes right now. Good control on the season. He has 29 strikeouts and 6 walks. And there's a ball high. So the count 2-1. There's 2 games taking place here over at Santa Maria High. The girls are playing softball over in left field, and we're going to see the Lady Gators against the Lady Griffins on Thursday. Softball game of the week, as you get a fly ball towards the gap, and the right fielder Petrie Thompson will make the play for the 3rd out. So no runs on 1 hit and no errors, 1 left, and so we go to the top of the 2nd. No score. You're watching the Rev game of the week.
E-Tail is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
Top of the 2nd here at Gator Park. No score. East Ascension and Santa Maria. 4, 5, and 6 coming to the plate for East Ascension in the top of the 2nd. That's going to be Jathan Wilson, Jace Babin, and Wes Boudreaux. And they'll face Chase Kelly, who had a very impressive 1-2-3 first inning.
Yeah, he did. 2 strikes, fell behind that the 3-hole hitter to 2-0, but came right back and filled up the strike zone. Good pitch count, trying to keep that pitch count down as much as you can, and you can do that by throwing strikes. Make them put it in play.
And so we're finishing up and getting ready for Wilson to come to the plate. And as we said before the 3rd out, we have a doubleheader this week on the Rev Game of the Week, as we're going to have Dutchtown hosting Santa Maria in softball. Right now, the Santa Maria girls are winning 17-1, and the Dutchtown girls are trailing over at Live Oak by a score of 11-3 in the 5th inning. And now we're ready to go. First pitch. Jathan Wilson takes a ball. He's the DH.
Number 13, Jathan Wilson.
And he takes another. 2-0. Jathan Wilson, he does lead the team in hit by pitch. And there's a strike on that inside corner. Wilson, number 13, the DH. And that's a drive to second, and a hot shot goes past the second baseman, Jaro. Tried to stab it, but couldn't.
Yeah, just kind of sidestepped it, tried to get a little short hop, or actually the in-between hop. They're just tough to get. Take a step forward, maybe you get that ball on a little bit short of a hop, a little easier to handle, but something like that. That ball will play you, and it is just tough to grab.
And so, runner on first hit of the game for East Ascension, 1 hit apiece. And a swing and a miss by the number 5 hitter, Jace Babin. Wilson at first, short lead. Not going, and a ball. Inside, count 1-1. So Wilson with the single to right, he is at first base. 1-1 count to the number 5 hitter. Fouled away. So this is the first time we cover East Ascension, and we were told they've been having trouble getting base hits, hitting the ball, but they've been hitting the ball pretty solid so far, at least in the early going today.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a little while. I mean, now you're in district play, you might have a little bit different approach, you know. See some of these guys, maybe they're getting more comfortable in the lineup, maybe they got a better set lineup, stuff like that. Some of these players getting a little more consistent at bats, that always helps. And then you got Chase Kelly filling up the zone, so they know they're going to get a pitch to hit.
Catcher setting up outside and pitch high and inside. It's the count 2-2. Browning, he's the leading hitter. He was a leadoff hitter. He had a hot shot on the first pitch, but went straight to the shortstop, Mole, for the 4-and-out. And then he had the base hit right there by Wilson. 2-2. And a swing and a miss at a high pitch. Probably would have been ball 3, and that's the first out.
Yeah, got Babin to chase one just up out of the zone. That's that one about letter high, just above the hands. You can't quite get to that.
And that will bring up the number 6 hitter, Wes Boudreau, who is the second baseman. Wilson still at first, not much of a lead. And I believe that's foul tipped into the glove. Report holds on, but that's just a strike. So 0-1. Good crowd here tonight, especially on the East Ascension side. They brought a lot of people here today. As second pitch is a ball. It's a nice day, too. Didn't look like it was going to be that way. It's a great day for baseball.
Yeah, Mother Nature wasn't agreeing with us this morning, but cleared up nicely. Perfect day out there right now.
And there's the bunt, and it goes to the pitcher, and the throw to first for the out. So the 1-3 sacrifice. And that'll move Wilson to second with 2 outs. So runner in scoring position, and we'll see if Petrie Thompson can pick up the RBI right here. He's a right fielder, made the 3rd out in the bottom of the 1st. And that's a bouncer, foul ball. Now, something you might be looking for right here. Thompson is the team leader in home runs with 2. In fact, he's the only Spartan with a home run on the season right now, trying to pick up his 3rd, perhaps.
Well, I think the Spartans would just assume have a little base hit, score that first run right now.
Absolutely, but they got the runner looking the other way, but the throw not in time. Tried to bring in Mole behind him, but Wilson gets back safely. Has a little better lead now over at second. And that's into right field, and that's a base hit. And that is going to score a run as it goes all the way to the wall as Thompson gets a stand-up double, and East Ascension takes the lead 1-0.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there by Thompson. Got that ball down and in, just dropped the head, hooked it down that first baseline for a double, picking up that first run for the Spartans.
And so the RBI double for Thompson, and that's his 6th RBI of the season. And now the pitcher will see if he can do some damage and pick up another run for the Spartans. First pitch to Peyton Melanson is a strike call. So Thompson with the RBI double takes Wilson to the plate, and it's 1-0 here in the top of the second. Strike called, so 0-2. Thompson, the runner at second. 2 outs, 0-2, fouled. Back to the screen, and so the count remains 0-2. 1-0. East Ascension leads Sanamaw in the top of the second.
And how important does that Boudreaux sack bunt come into play right there in the runner in scoring position?
You got that right. That's a shot to short, and it's taken by Mole. The throw a little high, puts his foot back on the bag, and he's out. So good job by Bourgeois. Getting his foot on the bag and getting the third out, 6-3, but 1 run on 2 hits. The RBI double by Petrie Thompson takes home Wilson, and we go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 East Ascension with the lead, and we'll turn it over to Mike, and we'll talk about the playoffs that are coming up in Division 1.
Yeah, so we're going to have 24 teams, and the first 8 seeds are going to get first-round byes. So obviously you want to try to be one of those 8, right? And then your seeds 9 through 24 in the by-district round, they're going to play a best-of-3 series, and it's going to be played at the home field of the higher seed. And then regionals and quarterfinals will play the best out of 3 at the higher seed as well. In the semifinals, which will start May 11th, and the finals May 13th, we'll be back at McMurray Park in Sulphur, as it has been historically. Not quite sure how long ago they started doing that. I mean, it's bounced around over the years. It used to be at Alex Boggs, then North Park in Denham, and it was in Alexandria, or not Alexandria, in that South of Lafayette area for a little while as well, and then now it's in Sulphur.
And I like the way they set this up with the 1 through 8 getting that second round automatically with the best of 3. I've always believed that if you have the best seasons, best regular seasons, you should have some sort of advantage. And they definitely have one now. And, of course, it puts the 9 through 24 at a big disadvantage perhaps, especially the 16 through 24, because you're going to be using a pitcher in that first round that you may not get to use in that second round. So you might have to burn your ace on it. You have a tough first round matchup.
Absolutely. And I mean, the way I kind of look at it is I mean, you could be a top team. So, you know, the way we've done previously, you can be the top team in the state, number 1, 2, or 3 seed or whatever, and you face somebody that has one good pitcher in that first round was always just one game, right? I mean, we saw it 2 years ago here at Sanamaw. Right. Sanamaw is a higher seed. Captain Shreve comes in here, and the Captain Shreve pitcher just stuns him and knocks him out of the playoffs immediately. That's not going to be the case. That's not going to be the case this year. Yeah, and the same thing happened that year with Live Oak. They were the 3 seed. They lost to the 30. They just faced a hot pitcher, and they were gone. And now you guaranteed at least a second round. So it's very important to get that 8 or better. Right now, Santamaw's at 16 in the power rankings as we get to the first pitcher. Our first batter, that's going to be Moran, and he'll be followed by Ford and Molizon. First pitch from Melançon's a ball. And a swing and a miss. Count 1-1. Pitch goes outside, 2-1. So going back to the playoffs, I guess the thing you don't want to be is the 9 seed, because you would use that pitcher, and then you would go to the 8, who didn't have to use a pitcher. So getting that 8 is really critical this year. Sanamaw got that last season. So the count now 3-1. And a strike right down the middle. Moran taking all the way. Moran hitting .292 on the season.
3-2, and that's bounced to the third baseman and can't come up with the short hop. And you were talking about why you don't want to get that short hop earlier, and that's what happens is Babin can't pull it up, and it's a base hit.
Yeah, actually, you want to get as short a hop as you can possible. So a ball like that, you want to read immediately, charge as quick as you can so you get that short hop. If I don't, then it turns into that in-between hop, which kind of just ate Babin up right there.
Absolutely. And so runner on first.
Okay, let's try this again. I want to do the defensive chart here for we'll do it after this hitter.
So we'll get him after the hitter, Wyatt Ford, the right fielder. So Moran at first. So 0-1. Call that an error, it looks, according to the home score keepers. So we'll call it E5. And that's a drive. Fair ball down the right field line. And runner's getting a third. Moran's at third, and he'll stay. And Ford will pull up with a double. So second and third, nobody out. And now we'll get to the defensive starters.
Just to clarify, because I butchered the first time, left field, Ryder Babin. Center field, Ethan Foisey. Right field, Petrie Thompson. Third base, Chase Babin. Shortstop, Luke Connerly. Wes Boudreau's at second base. Bryce Murden at first base. Hudson Browning doing the catching, and Peyton Melanson on the mound. Great job right there by Wyatt Ford, turning on that baseball, hitting a double. Coming in, hitting .414. You know he's going to put the ball in play. He's been one of the real strong offensive additions to this team this year. Picked up his third double right there. Great job by Thompson right there too. I thought Moran was going to get a chance to score on that. I know he might have had to freeze it. See if the first baseman Mervin was going to catch that ball right there, but Thompson over there quickly cuts that ball off and gets it in to keep Moran at third base.
So a base hit right here from Molizon could score two and give Sandoval the lead, as you see Coach Cowan heading back to the dugout. So Moran reached on an error by the third baseman, then Ford doubled down the right field line, and now Molizon's going to come up with nobody out. Molizon hitting .321, RBI leader. First pitch, nice breaking ball. Strike called. It's 0-1, nobody out. Molizon, the old school shoes, you brought that up earlier. Got the Chuck Taylors, the high tops.
PF Flyers. Gotta love it.
Oh, did he go around? No, he held up. 1-1. First base is open. So Cowan just had to go in there and settle down his pitcher in infield. There's a drive to right, and it's going to fall for a base hit. And one run will score, and now the throw home. Molizon had to go back to first as that ball just over the reach of the second baseman there. Nearly got in trouble over at first. And now it's 1-1.
Nice little piece of hitting right there. He picks up Moran at third base right there. Ball kind of just in no man's land.
Yeah.
That right field dead spot area, as you can see here from the press box. Thought Ford might have been halfway on that. Thought he was going to score on there as well, but I guess with no outs, don't want to take the chance there.
Right. Thompson playing more as a sacrifice bunt, will score a run, and the throw over to first for the out. So now Sandoval takes the lead as Ford scores. And a nice sacrifice bunt by Ryder Mole did his job.
Yeah, a little safety squeeze right there, running on third base, wait until the ball's put in play before he breaks. Trying to get as many runs early as you can. I mean, you always want to try to score that run from third base with less than two outs. Good bunt by Mole right there.
And Molizon moves over to second, and now showing bunt pulls away and takes a ball. This is Dakota Jaro, the number 9 hitter, second baseman for the Gators. So foul. 1-1 the count with 2 outs and a runner at second. 2 runs in for the Gators. They lead 2-1 in the bottom of the second. Not much of a lead for Molizon. And a ball high. 2-1 the count. So this inning, Moran reached on an error by the third baseman, Jace Babin. Then a double from Ford. Molizon got a base hit and drove in a run, scoring Moran. And then Mole with the sacrifice. 1-3. It actually has 1 out here in the second, my mistake. Looks Molizon back to second. No throw. So Molizon facing a little bit of trouble. Both these runs come after the error. And a fly ball to center. And a good catch. And runner will not tag as Molizon was about halfway to third and had to go back to second. So fly out to center. Good job by Froese. He had to pick up a lot of ground. He was more shaded towards left field.
Yeah, he was. And look at the flags. The flags are blowing dead to right field right there. And off a right-handed bat, that ball's kind of tailing away from him. He had to cover some ground. Nice play right there by Ethan.
Absolutely. So 2 outs. Runner on second. And there's a base hit to center. Molizon's coming home, and a throw and cut off. May have had a play at the plate, but it's cut off by Murden. And so base hit for Lane Swanson, and it's now 3-1.
Yeah, Molizon going on contact with 2 outs from second base there. Pretty good throw by Froese out there in right field, but Murden cuts it off. Not sure if there was a communication with Browning told him to cut that or what they're trying to keep that runner from getting in scoring position.
So Swanson now 1 for 2 with an RBI. That's a decent lead. And there's a strike call to Laporte. Laporte 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded to third. Babin to Murden in the first. Back at the plate in the second. Ball low. Good stop there by Browning. Really excited to see this Browning guy, freshman, and he's having an outstanding season. And there's been a lot of talk about him being maybe in a few years, one of the best prospects in the state.
Solid backstop back there, too. A lot of people talk about his hitting capabilities, but we've seen him drop down and block a couple of crucial balls so far today.
Sky high foul, out of play. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. 3 runs in for the Gators. Lane Swanson at first.
Laporte on top of that plate. See his toes kind of hanging over the
Yeah, and the runner's going, and the throw bounces into center, so stolen base. But I didn't notice that until you brought that up. The pitch was a ball.
Yeah.
But yes, he's the tips of his toes are over
the inside part of that batter's box right there.
Absolutely. Count out 2-2 and the runner in scoring position. Oh, nearly offered at the outside pitch. Now the count is full.
Yeah, not a bad pitch right there by Malone. I'll try to get Laporte to nibble at something just a little bit off the plate. Good job by Laporte holding up on that.
He nearly did. Full count. And that's driven to left, and the left fielder is there. Ryder Babin makes the play for the third out. So 3 runs for the Gators off of 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left. Then we go to the top of the third. It's 3-1. The Santa Maria leads EA. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
E-tail is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
Headed to the top of the third. Our score, you see it down there in the bottom right corner, Santa Maria leads East Ascension 3-1. Jeff Porsche, Mike Moeller with you as we head to the top of the third. And Chase Kelly will face 9, 1, and 2. Ryder Babin, Hudson Browning, and Luke Connerly.
Yeah, East Ascension took that lead in the top half of last inning, scoring that 1 run, but great answer by the Gators right there. You want to, if you're East Ascension, you want that shutdown inning. That's really important. You get a little bit of momentum. Scoring that first run, you want a little shutdown inning, but Santa Maria came right back and dropped a 3 spot on them to flip-flop it.
But that was a good job by Melanson. Had a little bit of adversity early on in that inning with the error and the base hit, but he was able to get out of the inning and 3 runs scored, but it's still a close game here as you get to the third. Didn't get blown out of proportion.
Yeah, didn't panic, didn't let them. A lot of times you'll see some people get kind of flustered and start missing, walking people, hitting people, or whatever, and that inning can completely blow up on you. A good job on Melanson for kind of taming that.
So I think Santa Maria almost forgot you can't start the inning without a home plate umpire.
Ready to go.
Now we're ready to go. So first pitch to Ryder Babin. It was close, so maybe a little low. Babin made the third out in the bottom of the second and comes back with a base hit. And I don't know how many Major League broadcasts I've seen like that where they talk about how many times you see it, the guy makes the third out at the top of the inning, comes back with a base hit in the next inning.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want if you're East Ascension. Give them 3 runs, you want to come out here, put some pressure on, try to get at least one of those back this inning. You get your 9-hole. Got him leading off, and Babin successfully reaches first base to flip the lineup.
And now Browning, a throw to first. Babin back safely. Browning we've only seen him for 1 pitch, and that was a line drive to short caught by Mole. There's a strike call. Three hits so far for East Ascension. Oh, 1 pitch outside. So 1-1 to Hudson Browning, the leading hitter for East Ascension, just a freshman behind the plate, 344 on the season. And that's a ball low.
Yeah, not a bad idea right there by Kelly. I like that little 2-0. Nobody's looking breaking ball 2-0, right? Figured he could try to flip one in there, get a free strike, but just didn't finish it, left it up.
So Babin, a decent lead, not going. Pitch is outside. 3-1 is the count. Trying to get a second base runner on here with nobody out here. Tough situation here for Kelly.
I misspoke again. It was 1-1 when I said it was 2-0.
And that's a grounder to short. Mole over to second, and the throw back to first is high, so he'll reach on the fielder's choice. So Mole to Jaro to get Babin at second for the first out.
Yeah, I bet Browning would like to have that pitch back right there. 3-1 pitch, got it right where he wanted it. Tried to come out of his shoes, got on top and rolled over just a little bit.
And you have Mole shading him towards second base. So he didn't have to move very much to get either ball that he hit. Pretty much in the same spot.
Yeah, double play depth almost right there. Almost tailor-made. It's a little bit of a high throw from Gyro on the transfer.
Fouled away. Now Browning has a very good lead. He has a couple of stolen bases on the season. They see what they're doing here. See if they put him on the move. Very good lead. And that is sky high. Popped up. Catcher trying to make the play, and he does. Laporte gets it at the net. So
it's actually going to be a pinch runner for Browning, or a courtesy runner for Browning at first base. It's number 7, Caden Gotro, sophomore. Hey, when you were saying he was getting a good lead, I was like, man, there's not too many catchers that get a good lead. So let me check that out.
I was thinking about that. Thought he was Benito Santiago out there. 2 outs, and Bryce Murden at the plate.
Yeah, Gotro's way out there past the cut. Wouldn't be surprised to see him try to take this base. If you get thrown out, you still lead off with the 3-hole next inning.
Yes.
If you're safe, you get a runner in scoring position with your 3-hole hitter out.
In the middle of that lineup, did some damage in the second inning, got a couple of hits and scored a run. Appears that the softball game here at Santa Ma is over, and I believe the last we saw it was 17-1. So I'm pretty sure that Santa Ma pulled that out, and we're going to see them on Thursday against Dutchtown.
Yeah, Gotro's got the perfect lead over there at first base. When you see it's a little bit bang-bang when you get back, when you just make it back in time, that means you probably got just a perfect lead.
And he is going in the throw to second. Oh, that's a perfect throw to second, right on the arm that was reaching for the bag.
That was perfect because Gotro got a good jump, and I don't think you could throw a ball better than Laporte just did right there. Kind of tailed back, tailor-made for Jaro just to catch and apply the tag.
And so 2-4 for the third out, and Murden will come back to the plate in the top of the fourth, but no runs on a hit, no errors, nobody left, and so it's 3-1 Santa Ma as we go to the middle of the third, and let's talk about the district games, Mike.
Yeah, so here you can see coming up, and we're doing the game right now on 28th here at Santa Ma, and then Thursday they will go back to East Ascension and play that game over there. April 1st, they will travel to Walker, and then April 1st, Walker will travel to East Ascension, and then on the 4th, they'll travel to Walker for the second half of that series. April 6th, they'll travel, Denver Springs will travel to East Ascension, and then on the 8th, East Ascension will travel to Denver Springs. On the 11th and 13th, they'll do the same thing with Live Oak, and then they'll finish up on the 15th with that day-night doubleheader, one game at 11 o'clock at Dutchtown. That'll be the first one. Then we'll travel back to East Ascension to have the nightcap at 6 o'clock.
Absolutely, and we're looking forward to that as we're going to plan to cover both games here on Rev Sports. So a historic day for Rev Sports and for Ascension Parish Baseball as a televised doubleheader on the 15th. Much better than doing your taxes, that's for sure. And so we go to the bottom of the third, and Melanson will face 3, 4, 5, Lalonde, Bourgeois, and Moran. So Lalonde had a base hit, first hit of the game. That was in the first. That pitch just outside. Very close pitch, 1-0. Talked about it earlier. Melanson did a good job getting out of that inning after some early struggles and some early runs. There's a bouncer to third, and the shortstop will grab it, and the throw to first off the glove of Murden. So Lalonde reaches safely. Looked like Babbitt may have been able to make the play. Connerly got it in the hole, but the throw.
Yeah, throws in time. Just kind of pulled Merton off first base right there. I think he'd have got him if he kept him on the bag.
So it looks like that one is going to be ruled a hit.
Did everything correctly. Got to the hole. Made the catch really clean. Laid on the back foot. Planted. Good feet. Just a little bit of an overthrow.
First pitch to Bourgeois. And takes a ball. He flew out to right field in the first to make the third out. Lalonde at first has a decent lead. And a fly ball to center. Right center, and the right fielder, Thompson, didn't have to move very far. He's kind of shaded in that direction, makes the catch for the first out.
Yeah, getting that ball, you see Bourgeois off of Bourgeois' bat, obviously elevated in the air. The wind's blowing a little bit that way, and off the right-handed bat, it's going to tail towards that right fielder. Easy play for Thompson for the first out.
Right, I was thinking that Froese might be able to make a play there, but Thompson just had to take a few steps. He shaded more toward right center. And the first pitch to Moran. That's a ball. He reached on the error to start the second inning. First of 3 runs to score. And a pitch. Out away. So to count 1-1. Looks like the scorekeeper, that infield hit, looks like they rolled in an error. Who would you charge that to? The short?
Yes.
So E6. Squared around. I think he was going to offer there if it was close. And the throw back to first. Lalonde is back safely.
Yeah, I think Browning would have had more of a chance, kind of double clutch right there. I think he kind of caught Lalonde leaning towards second base there.
2-1, and there's a strike. Painted that outside corner right where the catcher, Browning, was setting up.
Yeah, a little breaking ball right there. 2-1. Probably not what Moran was looking for, 2-1.
So now to count 2-2, 1 out. High, full count. Very important batter here. If you could get the second out here, that could build some confidence here on the East Ascension side, or else you could have first and second with 1 out. And you're going to get the latter. First and second, 1 out, as Moran draws the first walk of the game.
Bring up Wyatt Ford, who that base hit, that double actually in his first at bat, raised his average, came in the game hitting .414, so he's above that now. Probably not the guy you want to, if you had to pick somebody in the Santa Maria lineup right now to face with the runners on base.
He's the leading hitter on either side, and they're going to throw back to second. Lalonde is safe very easily.
Connerly did a little big league play right there, kind of a fake, kept the ball on Lalonde's back right there to see if he maybe pull his hand off.
Just like he said they had bases loaded, AJ was up, sprint his pitch to it. I'd rather give up 1 run than give up.
And the pitch, strike. Painting that outside corner again, this time to the lefty. Ford had a nice double down the right field line, just inside the bag at first. And tried to go the same direction again, fouled away.
Got a good pitch, just a little out front of that. Pulled that well foul down the first base line.
So Ford has 25 hits now in the season and 18 runs. He's the team leader in both categories, and he picked up 1 of each today. There's a bouncer to second. Could be 2. The throw to second. Out and safe. So 4-6, fielder's choice.
On a bang right there first. That was
very
really
close.
good job. Good job turning that ball by Boudreaux and Connerly. Maybe beat it by a step. I don't know. Merton kind of gave the fist pump. Thought he got him at first base. Cowan doesn't like it. He's arguing too. Merton would be the best, probably the best judge right there, as he's got his foot on the bag so he can feel it hitting his glove and the runner touching the base. He seemed to think he had him.
And look at this. I feel like I'm the umpire in a lot of those conversations, as there's usually somebody taller than me getting in my face. That's like my job every day with the students, it seems like.
Yeah, Shane Lopez has been around for a long time. He's been in many of these arguments, I'm sure. He knows how to handle himself. Cade Cowan just trying to plead his case here.
And that's what he's doing, and he's headed back. He got his piece and heads back, and Lalonde will be at third, and Ford will be at first. 2 outs.
Boudreaux got rid of that ball quick, little backhand, quick flip to Connerly.
I was very impressed with that whole combo right there. So Molazon is 1 for 1 with an RBI single. And that's driven to right, and the right fielder is there. Thompson makes the catch for the third out. And so you have no runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We're going to go to the top of the fourth, and it's 3-1. Santa Maria leads East Ascension. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Back to the top of the fourth. Our score, Santa Maria 3, East Ascension 1. Been a fun one so far. Jeff Porsche, Mike Moeller with you. And you have East Ascension with the record this season, 3-17, but they're putting up a fight here today, and they're giving a good one to Santa Maria so far.
And that's what we expected, right? That's all the things we've been hearing to say. When you go watch them, they're in every single game. They're never getting blown out. They're just kind of getting beat at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, a 3-1 deficit right now, it's obviously you can come back from that, right?
And this team is better than advertised, at least from what we've seen today. They can hit the ball pretty well, and they've got good pitching, but had a tough inning, had a couple of errors, and that got them in a hole. But they're right here competitive going into the fourth with Santa Maria.
Yeah, just some of the things like I talked about. You know, through your Spartans, you want to try to get a shutdown inning, but great job by the Gators coming right back after giving that first run up and putting a 3 spot on the board.
And a bouncer to short, and Mole, he's been the busiest guy on the field here today. 6-3 over to Bourgeois for the out. And so just like that, 1 out.
Solid play right there by Mole. You see how he's charging that ball. He loves it. I mean, immediately off the bat, he knows what hop he wants to get, and that's the one he charges, knows he got to throw across his body off balance, and makes a perfect throw for that first out.
And Jathan Wilson fouls first pitch away. He is the cleanup hitter. So we're seeing 3-4-5. Merton grounded out. Wilson has a strike, and Jace Babin is on deck. And a strike on the inside corner. Count 0-2.
Oh, you don't need to run through that building a little bit. Right through that building.
And a pitch outside. Hadn't brought this up, but we covered the East Ascension Santa Maria game at East Ascension last year, and some people might remember you had the no-hitter combo from Moran as the pitch goes high, and it count 2-2. Yeah. Moran went into the 7th but had a little trouble and had to get a little help, but still got the no-hitter last season.
Yeah, I think Santa Monica ended up winning that game 1-0 on a Lee Amadei home run, maybe.
Yeah, it's a called strike 3 for the second out. So Wilson caught looking, and that'll bring up Jace Babin, who struck out in the second. And that's exactly what happened you were talking about. And that was a no-doubt home run. And I believe it was Connerly who was pitching. He had an outstanding game and threw one bad pitch and lost 1-0.
Yeah, he dazzled.
And that's going to be the combo probably on Thursday.
I'm kind of looking at this now. I find it funny at third base. I'm looking at Caleb Rickett over there. So it's the battle of the Ricketts today because his dad Ryan, first base coach for the Gators, and then we got Caleb, coach at third base for the Spartans. And the clincher is Ryan actually went to East Ascension. He's coaching for Santa Monica, and Caleb went to Dutchtown, and he's coaching for East Ascension. So,
and you're going to see his wife Thursday in the Dutchtown dugout.
Right, Caleb's wife, yeah. Yep.
That's Tony Rickett. So they represent everybody.
They're everywhere.
2-1 is the count to Jace Babin, 0 for 1. Trying to get his second 1-2-3 inning. Kelly got 1-2-3 in the first, fouled away. So Merton bounced to short on the first pitch of the inning, and then Wilson struck out looking. Now 2-2 to Jace Babin, excuse me. Inside. 3-2. So far this season, East Ascension's scored the only earned run against Kelly. That was in the second inning as it's fouled away. Kelly has given up 2 runs, but they were both unearned. So that's his third run of the season, but his first earned run, that was off the double by Petrie Thompson in the second. 3-2. Payoff pitch to second. Oh, off the glove of Jarro, and that's a solid base hit for Babin.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there. 3-2, didn't want to try to do too much. Got a ball outer half, went with it, got the barrel on it. Kind of slicing away from Dakota Jarro there. Almost got it just off the tip of his glove.
Yeah, he timed his jump very well, but just about 2 inches short. Good effort there, but a base hit. And Babin is 1 for 2, and now Boudreaux comes up, who had the sacrifice that moved Wilson to second, and that was able to be picked up by Thompson with the double. And first pitch misses outside. 1 ball. So Babin at first. He has 1 stolen base in the season. Has an okay lead, and that's off the glove of the first baseman, and they're going to throw it to the pitcher back at first, and they're going to say he got him. And that was another close play there, 3-1 for the third out.
Bang, bang. You see Bourgeois just off the quick flip to Kelly at first.
I think he got him.
Just beats Boudreaux, yep.
I think they made the right call at first base. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the 4th, and it's still 3-1 Santa Monica, and we'll turn it over to Mike. We're going to talk about Santa Monica's district.
Yeah, so upcoming games for the district games for the Gators. You see here, got tonight against East Ascension. Then on Thursday they'll travel to East Ascension to play the second half of this matchup. On the 1st and 4th of April, they will travel to Denham Springs first and then come back here to play them at home. On the 6th and 8th, they'll be right across Burnside there, or Airline Highway, on the 8th, and they'll see Dutchtown come here on the 6th, and on the 11th and 13th, they'll travel to Walker first, and then Walker will come back here to play the second half, and then they'll finish up the district with the Live Oak home and away matchup.
So it's a pretty balanced schedule. You have some teams all around there that can give you some good competition, and we're especially interested in that one on the 6th. We're going to be here at Santa Monica for Dutchtown and Santa Monica, and That's one that Santa Ma's really looking forward to because they didn't get the home game last season. If you recall, the game at Santa Ma was rained out, and the two teams had to play a doubleheader. Both games were at Dutchtown, even though Santa Ma did get a home team out of it. They were swept by Dutchtown. But this is going to be the year that they're hoping that the rain will hold up for at least one night so they can get their shot at Dutchtown at home.
Yeah, it's always cozy to have those home games, right? But, I mean, sometimes you think about it, they can just travel 5 miles or 7 miles, however far it is. I mean, everybody can still make that game. It's not a no-brainer, but you still like to have, if you're Santa Ma, you want that gold dome in the background.
Right, as a swing and a miss to Mole, and it's 0-1. And, of course, one difference between the two parks, this one's a little cozier. A lot of balls go out of this park. Not many balls go out of Griffin Park. The dimensions are so huge out there. So they're going to look forward to that, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's always, you're just more comfortable playing at home. You practice here every single day. You're just more obviously at home, and you just have a better feeling whenever you play at home.
So the count's 2-1 to Mole, and you're going to see 8-9-1, Mole, Jaro, and Swanson. Fouled away. It's the count now 2-2. So Melanson in his fourth inning of work. Gave up the 3 runs in the second. An inning that started off with an error. And he looked good and got out of the third. And now he faces a full count.
Pitch down. Pretty good take right there by Mole. 2-2. That one's kind of close. You never know what the umpire's going to do there.
And that's a ball high, so another walk. That's the second walk of the game for Melanson. And for the third straight inning, the leadoff hitter reaches base.
Yeah, good at bat right there by Mole. Kind of just waited him out. Fell behind a little early, and Melanson pumping strikes, fouled off some good pitches. Finally waited long enough and just got 2 of them out of the zone.
Now, Melanson's pitch count's getting pretty high, and there's action in the bullpen. As you see Coach Cowan talking to him. And they're going to bring in a relief pitcher. And so we'll take a break, and we'll get you information on the starting pitcher in just a moment. 3-1 Santa Ma. Yes, that's right, relief pitcher. As you're watching the Rev, Game of the Week.
ETEL is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
Welcome back. Jeff Porsche, Mike Moeller with you at Gator Park, 3-1 Santa Ma East Ascension, bottom of the fourth, and a new pitcher coming in with a runner on first. This is number 11, Reed Gomez. Tell us about him.
Yeah, Reed comes in with a 2.51 ERA. He's got 22 innings on the year, but he's been pitching mainly out of the bullpen. He's got an 0-3 record, but he sees of the games pitched or whatever, he's only started 3 of these games, so it looks like he's primarily used out of the bullpen. He's going to come in, giving up 20 hits in those 22 innings, so he's going to fill up the strike zone. Always want to keep those hits less than the innings pitched. Struck out 20 and only walked 6.
So good numbers for Gomez coming out of the bullpen, and there's still activity in the bullpen for the Spartans, so we may see more pitchers here later tonight, maybe even later this inning, depending on the circumstances. So far this inning, Mole led off with a walk, so nobody out. And Mole at first with Jaro at the plate. The run will be Melanson's responsibility. The runner will be his responsibility. And Mole has a decent lead. First pitch, outside. So Melanson gave up 3 straight innings with a leadoff base runner. Unfortunately for him, 2 of them were off of errors. Ball 2.
Yeah, Melanson responsible for the runner at first base, but actually a really good job by Chase. I mean, he kept his team in. He'd still give your team a chance to win. Gave up 3 runs all in the same inning, but only 2 of them were earned, so technically it could be 2-1. That's what you want to do, is give your team a chance to win.
And a slow bouncer to short, and it's going to be not in time. And that was just a tough play for the shortstop, as that ball just too slow, and he was playing deep.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of in no man's land there. You know, third baseman Jace Babbitt can't get to it, just a little too far to his left. And you got Connerly going way deep in the hole, but it's not hit quite hard enough to give Connerly a good enough chance to throw him out. So the Gyro ends up at first base on the infield hit.
So first and second, nobody out. And Swanson at the plate, and he's showing bunt. And did not offer, so that'll be a ball. 1-0. Swanson with a base hit earlier and a stolen base. First baseman expecting the bunt way in the infield dirt.
Oh.
Infield grass, excuse me.
Not sure where that pitch was.
Called that a ball.
Yeah, looked pretty good from here.
So Murden was about 40 feet from home plate at the end of that pitch. They're fully expecting Swanson to lay it down right here. Murden coming in again in the grass. Didn't offer it again. 3-0. Swanson appears to be trying to sacrifice, but can't get a pitch yet. 3-0. Mole at second, Gyro at first. And he's going to take the obligatory strike right there.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. If you're East Ascension, you want it. They're trying to give you an out. This is when you want to take it. I know Gomez is trying to fill the strike zone up. Looks like he's thrown a couple really close pitches there that got called balls, but I want to make him put this ball down.
So Murden still expecting the bunt, and a strike called on the outside corner. That didn't look as close as a couple of the other pitches.
Exactly.
I knew. I heard the chuckle, and I was like, I was thinking the same thing you were right there. 3-2. So Murden kind of still expecting something here in the grass, and it's a fly ball to center, and Froese makes the catch for the first out. Fly out to center.
Great job by Gomez coming back right there. I mean, you're down 3-0. You know they're trying to get that ball down. And Swanson trying to get that ball down to move the base runners, and fought back, got 3-2, and got a fly ball. No harm done. Runner still at first and second.
Right. That's the most important thing. You don't advance the runners to second and third with 1 out, and your 2-3 hitters coming to the plate. So the number 2 hitter is Laporte, and he is 0 for 2, grounded out to third, flew out to left. And here's the first pitch to Laporte. A strike called. Of course, this is the first district game, and all the teams playing their first district game here today, and we'll give you some updates after this pitch. Oh, that's nasty right there.
Good bender right there.
0-2. So a couple of baseball scores for you. Denham leads Live Oak, and Live Oak's the highest power-rated team in this district. They lead 8-0 in the middle of the fourth. Whoa. Fouled away. In Dutchtown, they lead 5-0 over Walker after 3 innings. That's an interesting match right there. I talked to you about it earlier. Coach Shake facing one of his former assistants in George Tomplay. who was also the coach at Donaldsonville, and the foul ball. So Tom Plake coached with Coach Shake at Dutchtown. He was the head coach at Donaldsonville for a few years, moved over to Walker and helped out with a lot of sports. Took over as baseball coach when the head coach resigned in January, and he's an EA guy.
Yeah, I mean, if the longer Shake stays in, he's going to have a lot more of those coaches that coached underneath him. You think Morgan at U High and other guys like that.
And there's a bouncer to third, throw to second in time, throw to first. Got him, and the 5-4-3 double play. And that's a good turnaround right there by Babin over to Boudreaux to Murden for the 5-4-3 double play, and no runs on one hit and no errors and one left. We go to the top of the fifth, 3-1 Santa Maria. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
E-tail is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
And we head to the top of the fifth, and it's been a good one here at Gator Park. 3-1, Santa Maria leads East Ascension. Jeff Porsche, Mike Moeller. Let's look at this double play right here. As you see the bouncer, good pickup by Babin. Throw to second. Hard to see right there.
Yeah,
very
really
close
tell,
play.
But, I mean, everybody did exactly what they're supposed to do. You see Laporte hustling down the baseline. Babin, ball takes him to the second base side, gets rid of it quickly. Good turn by Boudreaux, makes it bang, bang. Got to force the umpire to make that call.
Yeah, and you didn't hear a lot of protests out here on either side for that one. And Coach Cowan was pretty vocal a little bit earlier on a couple of the calls, and so he seems happy with that one right there. And so his team will go into the top of the fifth, and it'll be 7, 8, 9, Petrie Thompson. And let's see.
Number 4, Petrie Thompson.
We're going to have a pinch hitter, our new hitter in that 8 spot, I believe, and then Ryder Babin.
Yeah, it's going to be number 7, Caden Gocho.
And the sky high pop up to short. And Mole, who else? he seems to be there for every play. And somebody you can rely on. So pop to short for the first out.
Yeah, good for Kelly right there as we get into the fifth inning. Kind of want to start paying attention to that pitch count. Gets good first out with very minimal pitchers. It's going to be this is Caden Gocho, who's going to hit for Melanson. It's going to be his first at bat today.
I believe he was a courtesy runner earlier, wasn't he? Yes,
it was
for Browning. Strike called. So one out. And the pitch is for a second strike. Now 1-2 with 1 out. As Thompson flew out to short on the first pitch. And foul ball.
Gocho, just a sophomore. Get some time in this marquee matchup.
Absolutely.
Between the Spartans and the Gators.
And he steps up and gets the base hit. And Ford had him shaded perfectly, but it just fell a couple of feet in front of him.
Yeah, good little piece. When you got 2 strikes, kind of like a little protect mode right there. Ball right on that outside corner. The worst thing you could do is try to pull that because you're going to roll it over, right? Gocho just stays on it, punches that thing in the right field for a base hit.
And that is the 4th hit. No, make that the 5th hit for the Spartans as a team, as Babin takes a strike called. Hits today for Wilson, Thompson. Babin got a hit earlier at the plate, 0-2. Gotro got the hit there, and Jace Babin got the 5th hit. And back in safely. So East Ascension's hitting the ball here. They just haven't strung up a bunch in a row. It's kind of scattered so far. Good lead for Gotro. You know he can run. He was a courtesy runner earlier.
Yeah, had that great jump but got thrown out. Laporte made that excellent throw. Still impressed by how quick he got rid of that ball, and that ball was just on the money.
Yeah, I mean, it hit him on the elbow of the hand that was reaching out to second base. In the dirt. 1-2. They seem to be a little preoccupied with Gotro there at first, as they should, as he had the steal attempt earlier. And a good stop. Throw to first is safe. Laporte did a good job of keeping that ball in front of him, or else you'd have a runner at second right there with Gotro.
Yeah, and almost backpicked him. Short hop. Super quick with his feet. Spin and throw down there. Try to backpick Gotro at first base.
2-2. 1 out. Fouled away. Count remains 2-2. So Thompson flew out to short to start the inning. Gotro had the nicely placed base hit to right. And he's at first. And Babin trying to move him over or get a hit here. And he was leaning, and that was close.
Still got the same lead. I love it. Get an aggressive lead if you're going to steal.
Got the left-handed hitter, and you have that right fielder Ford shaded more toward the foul line. You have a big gap in right center if you can get there. And inside out, fouled away. Off the dugout. Kelly's pitch count's got to be getting up there, and I believe I see a pitcher going out there perhaps. No, he's just getting a foul ball. Never mind.
That was a softball. Somehow that game's over, but a softball. Oh, no.
They're playing a second game. I don't know who's playing. And that's outside. 3-2. Work the count all the way back. Good at bat so far for Babin, trying to get his second hit from the 9 hole. Out away. And Gotro was running.
Yeah, 3-2. Got him going with 1 out. Ascension going to try to make something happen.
Got a final in softball, Live Oak 15, Dutchtown 5. Dutchtown will be there on Thursday for softball against Sanama. And the throwback. Very, very fun matchup there with the pitcher and the catcher, Kelly and Laporte, trying to do what they can to keep Gotro honest. And that might be it. Oh, no. So close. So close.
Bang, bang. Lopez right there on the ball. He can see the play as good as anybody. It's close. Oh, yeah, the sweep tag kind of hit the ground first, and then he came back up. And
so close. He's going out away.
A nice battle right here. You see Babin fouling off a bunch of pitches. Kelly not backing down at all, just keeps filling up the strike zone.
So Ryder Babin is a junior. Showing a lot of experience right here. A lot of poise. Throw back to first.
Way back that time, right?
Absolutely. Gotro is just a sophomore, but he's very courageous out there.
Yeah. Love the aggressive lead. Kelly trying all his best to pick him off.
Will this be in play? Third base, grabs it. Lalonde flies out. Lalonde makes the catch on the pop-up. Yeah. Pop up to third for the second out.
Good battle right there. Kelly ends up winning that. Probably elevated pitches, probably well over 10 pitches in that at bat.
And the most important thing, Gotro still at first.
Yeah, and we did mention, he got Thompson on the first pitch, maybe the second pitch.
And it would have been really important to get him over because you got Browning at the plate right now.
Yeah, we might see him steal, or attempt to steal again. At least get in scoring position.
And that's driven towards the gap. And the right fielder grabs it, and they're going to send him. No, he goes back. And now they have Browning caught in a rundown. And he's telling the runner to go home, and they're going to get him in the second. And now the Gotro is in a rundown. And this is what you wanted if you're Santamar. And the rundown, they get him. I was not able to keep up with the throws. It was 9, and it ended up hit, and the 9 threw it into the infield, and a bunch of things happened.
Yeah, if you're Gotro, you see Browning trying to wave him on going right there.
Yeah.
But you didn't have anybody at third base, so get as much as you can without going home until they, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They commit to making that throw. If not, if you see somebody coming back to cover that bag.
Right.
You need to get back.
And if you score before Browning is tagged on a rundown, that run would score. So Santamar did get the ball back home, and they're able to prevent the run. So they get 2 more hits, but no runs and no errors, and 1 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, and let's talk about our schedule.
Take a look at the upcoming Rev Sports game, the games that we have coming up. Thursday, we're going to be at Dutchtown, back to softball. Santamar is going to travel over there and play the Lady Griffins. Then Thursday on April 6th, we're going to be back here at Santamar. Dutchtown is going to come to be the visiting team, and that'll be a baseball game. Saturday, we talked about that doubleheader. Saturday, April 15th, we're going to start at East Ascension at 11 o'clock. Then we're going to start at Dutchtown at 11 o'clock, and then we're going to travel back to East Ascension for the nightcap at 6.
So a good schedule coming up, and lots of competitive Ascension Parish baseball and softball on the Rev Game of the Week. Rev Sports 1 on YouTube. Subscribe, and you get live streaming there. The replays are on Rev 4, and you see the replay times right there. Still trying to wrap my head around the third out there, but you saw Browning trying to encourage, as you said, Gotro to go home, but could not get them there and got caught in the rundown at third.
Yeah, that's just one of those things. You don't want to. You got nobody covering third base, and you want to get as far as you can. But once you see somebody retreating, you can't go home, right? As soon as the defender turns and he's facing you or whatever, he could throw the ball to home plate to get you. So you have to pay attention to who's going to come back and cover third and try to get yourself back.
And you have a fly to right. And Petrie Thompson, he's been busy tonight, flies out to right. That was Blaise Lalonde. And you'll see 3, 4, 5 as Bourgeois, the cleanup hitter, comes up, and he'll be followed by Dallas Moran here in the 5th.
I don't want to, fellas, we see this first out of the inning again there to Thompson. don't want to fail to mention what kind of job Reed Gomez did. Come in with a runner on base last inning, got out of it. I mean, gave up, one more base runner. Got out with that really nice double play, bang, bang at first base to get him off the field.
Right, a great defensive play by the entire infield on the East Ascension side as the first pitch. Close shave. 1-0 to Bourgeois. He flew out to right, and he flew out to right. Softball on the field again. So you made a great observation, too, about that job that Gomez did coming in. Maybe kept this game from getting a couple of runs at least. And that sky high popped up. Will the first baseman have a play? Not quite. So close.
Merton just over there, ball kind of slicing away from him. Made a little leap on the gate right there, but just out of his reach.
And gotta love our camera operators doing their best trying to get it.
That's up close and personal right there.
Absolutely. Got to protect that equipment. 1-1. And another inside pitch. So 2-1, 1 out. Lalonde flew to right. Bourgeois, the second hitter of this inning. And that's hit to third. Great stop. The throw in time. Jace Babin. He's made a couple of nice plays last couple of innings, Mike.
Great play right there. I mean, just a dive and a stab. Ball finds his glove. What impresses me more is usually you see some of these guys get up and really try to rush that throw to the first base, but he's got plenty of time because that ball was hit so hard.
Yep.
Makes that stab, sets his feet, good strong throw for the second out.
And so that'll bring up Moran with 2 outs. He reached on an error, scored the first run for the Gators. Then he walked and was forced out at second. And he's trying to bunt for a hit, and that goes foul. He placed it perfectly if he had kept it in play there.
Yeah, good job right there by Gomez. I mean, you're not getting him right. I mean, if that ball stays fair, you're not even going to attempt to throw over there, so you might as well see what it's going to do on that turf. It spun foul.
It's a good idea. Babin at third, playing in the dirt. Was not expecting that at all. Ooh, nice breaking ball.
Ooh, breaking ball, yeah. Just pulled off of it a little bit. Took a good hat. Looks like Moran picked it up. Saw it well.
0-2. And now Gomez looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And low. He's actually retired 4 in a row after giving off a hit to Jaro, the first batter he faced. So he gave up a hit, and then he's retired 4 straight. 1-2. Did he go around?
Yes,
he sure did. And that's a strikeout. So 5 in a row for Gomez out the bullpen. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1-2-3 inning. We're going to the 6th. 3-1 Santa Maria leads East Ascension. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
We go to the top of the 6th. Santa Maria still leads East Ascension 3-1. Jeff Porsche, Mike Moeller with you as Chase Kelly going into his 6th inning of work, and it looks like we may have some action in the bullpen shortly for Santa Maria, but great job here by Kelly. He's given up 6 hits, but he's kind of spread it out and not giving up too much damage.
Yeah, gave up the lone run there in the second inning is completely shut down. I mean, we've seen some traffic by the Spartans on base, but every time they threatened, Chase Kelly has shut him down.
And so now he's going to face the tough part of the lineup, although he did get Browning. Didn't really get him, gave up the single, and then the rundown got the third out. But you're going to get Connerly, Murden, and Wilson. And that's a big out getting, not having Browning lead off this inning. Or actually continue the inning, I guess you could say. Ball one. Good job by the Santa defense in the top of the fifth as we get more softballs on the field. So Connerly caught looking in the first, popped up to the catcher in the third. This is his third at bat. Likely on Thursday he'll be the starting pitcher against Moran. That'll be a fun one to go see out at the ballpark. That'll be at East Ascension. Strike call, 2-1.
Could be the same matchup as the same venue we saw last year.
Absolutely. That was one of the, we talked about that earlier, one of the most exciting games we've seen. The only no-hitter that I've covered as a strike called on the outside corner. You had the combined no-hitter and the Amadei home run for the 1-0 victory. 2-2. Outside. So count full.
3-2. I like the idea by Kelly right there. Got a pitch, might have been a little bit off the plate, called a strike, tried to go right back out there, just missed a little bit wider.
So 3-2 count. Fouls it away, reached out, got enough of it.
Yeah, good battle right there by Connerly. Same pitch he got that strike called on 2 pitches prior. Not sure if the umpire's going to ring him up right there. Got to do something. Just fights it off to see another pitch.
And that's fly ball to center. And coming in, Swanson had to run and take a lot of ground right there for the second out, or for the first out, excuse me.
Yeah, 3-2 pitch. Connerly got something we look like that. I mean, if there's such a thing, he was like he barreled that fly ball that was up there for a long time.
And so now Murden, he's grounded to short, and he's grounded to short. Foul tip. Strike one. And that's over his head. That's a little high, a little inside. 1-1. Fouled away. Very nice performance by Kelly so far. And I'll talk about more of that after the next pitch. Well, he steps away, so we can maybe talk about it right here.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I mean, if you're Sandoval, how solid can you be right there? You give a 1 run in the second inning. I mean, this is exactly what Bravada wanted out of Kelly today.
And that's outside. And the thing is, you know that you got to have that 1-2 combo for the home and home and for the playoffs, and you already know who one of them is going to be.
Right.
And that's going to be Dallas Moran. If you can get a solid second pitcher like you did last season, all bets are off for the rest of the way. And a swing and a miss. And that's the second out. And they've used a lot of guys in that second spot, as you've got starts so far from Wyatt Ford, you got Lane Swanson, Austin Riley, Lawson Bourgeois, Dayton Stewart, Chase Kelly. They've all started games for the Gators this season. But it looks like Kelly is somebody that you can count on right here.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good, you kind of split it up like that because at some point you're going to need one of those guys to start a game, right? And I mean, just the fact that they all have experience in doing that is going to help you towards that end of the season.
And you're going to need more than 2 perhaps in this district. Swing and a miss. I believe that may have been foul tip. 0-2. But the difference this season is you're not going to play teams like Woodlawn and McKinley. Every game is going to be a tough game. And so you might need more than 2 pitchers to finish a week. That's a fair ball.
Yeah, that's a fair ball.
Fair ball, yes. That goes over the third base bag and a stand-up double. It looked like the initial call from the third base umpire was foul, but then looked over at the home plate umpire and call was changed to fair.
That ball was absolutely smoked by Wilson. I think the initial call that we saw was the umpire maybe trying to bail out of the way because that ball was smoked right down the line. But as soon as he landed on his feet after he jumped up in the air, he signaled fair ball. Got a pinch runner at second base. Couldn't quite see his number.
No, I could not either. So 14.
No, that can't be Jace Babin.
No, I don't think
4. Is that number? Oh, he says?
No, that's Patrick Thompson. Let's see if we can get him going. He's going to talk.
18, maybe. Yeah, Luke Decato.
All right, Luke Decato. I believe he had some starts last season. And so Coach Bravada is going to talk to Kelly. After the first inning, which went 1-2-3, East Ascension has a hit in every inning.
Yeah, they've had some traffic. That's why I say that it's such a solid job by Kelly because he's had traffic. Every inning's been, East Ascension has threatened, but he's shut it down every inning so far. Bravada probably just looking for him to just give one more out, give me in the dugout.
Yep.
And call it a day. He'll probably bring somebody else in.
So we're talking about those pitchers, and another guy that probably the third person that you're going to talk about a lot is Lawson Bourgeois. He's probably going to be in that third spot as well, or maybe even that second spot. He beat St. Charles Catholic over the weekend. And now Jace Babin, and that's to short and Mole. How many times we called his name for the third out? And so they strand a runner again. So no runs on no hits, or no runs on one hit, no errors and one left. And so bottom of the 6th, and it's 3-1 Santa Ma as we look at Coach Brandon Bravada right there, Mike.
Yeah, good. We just kind of talk about his season last year. Santa Ma rose all the way to the state finals. We did a few of their games over here. We saw the potential, so especially from the pitching staff. A lot of that offense stepped up as well. I was able to go down there to Sulphur. I saw the semifinal and the final game. I saw him come back against Sulphur, against one of the best pitchers in the state, probably one of the nastiest left-handed sliders I've seen in high school. But Santa Ma outlasted him, come back and chased him in the 6th inning, came back and won that game, and then faced West Monroe in that state finals. Jumped out to a big lead, but just couldn't hang on there. It was a little early, and West Monroe just kind of chipped away, and ended up taking home the state title. But, I mean, what a run for Coach Bravada and the Gators. And
the game changer for their season, we saw them against Dutchtown when they got swept over at Dutchtown for the 2 games for the doubleheader. But after that, they were lights out the rest of the season. And the big thing was he went on the road to Barb and won 2 out of 3 at Barb, and that's unheard of. Yeah,
that's impossible. I forgot. I can't even remember. I can't believe I forgot about that. You go to Barb on their home too, which is they always play at home because they're always one of the top seeds, right?
Right.
And you go over there and take 2 out of 3. I mean, after that sweep at Dutchtown, Santa Ma had a chip on their shoulder, and they just completely took care of business.
Absolutely. And you talk about sometimes losses can define your season and build character. That was exactly what happened.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 options, right? You can either fold up shop or whatever and kind of sulk about it, or you can do exactly what they did, learn from it, move on, and use it to your advantage.
And a strike call to the leadoff hitter this inning. who is the number 6 hitter, Wyatt Ford. It's going to be Ford, Molizon, and Mole to face Reed Gomez, who is on fire right now. Outside, 1-1.
Yeah, Gomez has definitely done his job thus far. Came in with a runner on first base, did give up an additional base runner, got out of that, pitched or threw up a 0 last inning as well, and looking to do the same this inning.
And that's fouled back. 1-2. Gave up that infield hit to Gyro, his first batter, and then after that he's retired 5 in a row and threw a double play ball. And that's so close. But
good take by Ford right there. That pitch looked really good. Just out of the zone, was a strike for a long time. It's exactly what Gomez was trying to do. Try to get Ford to swing and miss right there, but didn't quite pull the trigger. Good take by Ford.
Outside, 3-2. This has been a really good game, and this is kind of what we expected. And some people might look at the records and say maybe this isn't competitive, but it's been a very fun game so far. And this is what most people who have seen these teams expected, as a line drive fair ball. And that's going to be a stand-up double. Beautiful double right there by Wyatt Ford.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there. Got a ball on the outside half. Sometimes you'll see those lefties try to turn on that ball and roll over it. Ford let it travel, got deep, hit that ball back in the zone with some authority down that left field line for a leadoff double.
Right. We'll talk more about East Ascension and how their season's been going at the end of this inning, but we'll pick up the action here with Molizon, as that's his second double for Ford. He's double to left and double to right. And he also reached on a fielder's choice.
Yeah, so he's 2 for 3 on the day. Came in hitting .414, so that's gone up since 6 o'clock today.
Yep. So how important is a fourth run right here?
Every run's important if you're Santa Maria. I mean, you're trying to get insurance as much as you can.
Do you lay one down right here?
Could possibly be laying one down right here, yes.
Pulls back and takes a ball. I believe East Ascension is expecting that.
I would expect, like, I mean, if you think about the major leagues, the 3-run lead is the threshold, because when you bring the closer in, in the ninth inning, if he doesn't have a 3-run lead, I mean, if it's a 4-run lead, then he's not eligible for a save, right? So they don't kind of classify a 4-run lead as very close. So if you obviously you want to get to that point right there, and that's where you're supposed to feel somewhat comfortable with a 4-run lead.
Right, and you can't lose a game on one pitch.
Right. I mean, so Santa Maria's looking to pick up this extra run here and another one if they can. If they can get it to 5-1 in the dugout, then they'll be, a lot more comfortable. Reed Gomez trying to shut that down, that opportunity down for him right now.
And takes the ball. 3-0. This is a mirror image of what we saw earlier. I believe that was Jaro. Or make that Mole, yes. Who is on deck, by the way. And he's going to lay it down, but foul down the third base line. So was still offering at 3-0. So I'm sure Coach Bravada told him how important it was to get that run to third right there.
Yeah, 3-0, then he's got to be squaring around again here, 3-1.
If he gets the first, then you get to force a third possible. So you'd rather just get that run to third, most likely, with the one out. Merton is about 20 feet away.
You saw Molizon bring the bat back like he wasn't going to swing, and Merton he's crawfishing back to first. He doesn't want to catch one right in the chops if Molizon decides to swing away.
So 3-2 now. And based on what I've seen here, if he's offering at 3-0, he's probably offering at 3-2. Merton is not as close here as he takes ball 4.
Maison draws the walk.
So I guess there's a silver lining. You got the force at third now.
Yeah, you got the force, and we've seen East Ascension turn a double play to get out of an inning already. If you could turn 2 right here, even if that runner does get to third base, you still have 2 outs with the runner at third.
This is Mole, who had a sacrifice bunt and tried to bunt but walked.
Have a courtesy runner for Molazon.
That's 17.
Number 17, Owen Roddy.
So Owen Roddy.
Or a pinch runner, maybe. I keep thinking Molazon's catcher.
And so Coach Cowan going to talk it over with Gomez. There is possibly a pitcher ready in the bullpen. Don't see any activity over on the Santa Moss side.
Yeah, either Kelly's coming back out or whoever was warming up is ready.
And you see the conversation there, and now the conversation on the other side. So our score, 3-1. Both teams have only scored in 1 inning, as you got the 1 run off the Petrie Thompson double in the second inning that gave East Ascension the 1-0 lead. And then in the bottom of the second, Santa Moss answered with 3 runs of their own after a couple of RBIs from, you got 1 from Molazon, 1 from Mole, and 1 from Swanson, and that makes our score 3-1. So first and second, nobody out. Expecting Mole to lay one down right here, possibly. But first they're going to look forward back to second.
Yeah, that's kind of what you do. You do a little fake pick, you want to be a little bit slower if you're Gomez, make it look more deliberate, like you're going to go home to see if Mole is going to be squaring around.
So far, hasn't done an initial early offer there. And I guess when you look back, oftentimes you see the batter already squared.
Yeah, that's kind of what they're trying to figure out right now.
Merton coming up. It looks like a strike, but it's a ball.
Is that low?
So 1-0. Tell you what, Merton's got his steps in today if he's got a watch on.
Spartans got the crash defense in on right here. First and third was charging right here, trying to get that runner at at third base.
You see Connolly move over to third from the short position. But another ball, 2-0. And there's a strike called. 2-1.
Sometimes that's the hardest time to throw a strike. Either that or when you have to actually throw 4 balls to intentionally walk somebody. You know they're bunting. You know they're just trying to give you an out. All you have to do is throw it down the middle. And all of a sudden, it's not so easy.
No, it's. I'm sure you've had that experience before. Lays it down. Pitcher only play it first. Good throw over to the second baseman, Boudreaux. So the runners advance. It's a 1-4 sacrifice.
Yeah, good bunt right there by Mole. Worst thing you can do there is bunt it right back to the pitcher. His third baseman wasn't crashing on that ball. If so, maybe he would have been able to spun it and get that out with the throw to Connerly at third there. But you want to get the pitcher off the mound there where he has no chance to get you at third base.
So you have Ford at third, Roddy pinch running at second. Jaro with the ball. And you have those 2 runs in scoring position, which, if both would score, would give you that 4-run lead that you talked about earlier. Strike. You've seen earlier Gomez face some adversity with throwing the ball over the plate when batters have squared around, but he's always gotten out of it so far.
Yeah, and other than the walk to Molazon, who was trying to bunt there, I mean, the way I look at it is, I mean, now you're facing a 9-hole here, but if you would have got Mola's on, if you don't walk him and got him to sacrifice bunt, then you get Mole and Jaro, then you don't flip the top of the lineup over.
And you get the foul tip right there.
Yeah, I mean, if he does happen to get Jaro here, he's going to flip the lineup, and you'll be back to the top with Swanson.
Right.
But if you get Molazone out or not walk him while he's trying to bunt, you give yourself a chance not to have to face the top of that lineup that 4th, 5th time.
Fouled. So far this inning, Ford doubled down the left field line to start the inning. Molazone walked. You talked about that a moment ago. And then Mole, with the sacrifice to the pitcher, advances the runners. Fouled away. Sandoval looking for some all-important insurance right here.
I'm looking at Mole. Is this correct? He's 0 for 0 today, right? 2 sacks and a walk?
Sacks and a walk, yes. Interesting. And he's been the hot spot on the infield.
For sure, yeah.
On defense. So he's had quite a game. You got Thompson in right field that's made a lot of putouts on the EA side, as I thought he was about to get another one.
Yeah, it did. That ball just kept carrying. Right? Flag's not blowing too much right now, not too much wind. That ball must have had a lot of spin on it.
Yeah. He's been on the right side of 4 flyouts. Thompson in right field.
Yeah, if that ball stays in right there, we're going to see
probably a
little
sacrifice.
Play at the dish. Yeah,
yes.
We're going to see a play at the dish right there.
3-2, and that one's in the same direction, a little shorter, and still out of play. So
let's do it again.
3-2. Coming into a relief role, Gomez has thrown a lot of pitches. Probably would not see him on Thursday. Oh, almost took his head off, and a base hit and a run scores. And a second run coming, and it's cut off, and it's a 2-run single, and the insurance runs for the Gators. It's 5-1.
Yeah, great job by Jaro right there. Wasn't that bad? Just fouled off some of Gomez's best stuff, and then finally got one that caught a lot of the white part of the plate, hit it right back up the middle for a 2-run single with 2 insurance runs for the Gators.
And so now you have that precious 4-run lead as you get to the top of the lineup with 1 out. Jaro at first, and Swanson at the plate. 1 for 3 with an RBI. He has grounded out to first, singled and stolen a base, had an RBI on the single, and then flew out to center. And count now 2-0. And let's give credit to Jaro. In that 9-hole, he's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs.
Yeah, great pesky little at-bat right there. Did a great job.
And outside. So Gomez might be kind of at the end of his rope right here. 3-0. He pitched so well for 2 innings.
2+.
And there's a strike. There's still activity in the bullpen. Fouled away. 3-2. He always fights back, though.
Yes, he does.
He's had lots of 3-0 counts that have come back to 3-2.
Yeah, tough to be successful, though, if you're a pitcher and you're always, kind of pitching behind. That's why it's so important to get ahead of those hitters. You want to be 0-2, 1-2, 2-2 at the worst. Great job.
And look at that.
Back.
Look at that. Fighting back with the strikeout.
Excellent job. I can't even stress how tough that is to come back from 3-0, 2-0, come back and strike these hitters out.
And that's the leadoff hitter. Good contact guy right there with Swanson. So that is a big second out. Much respect to him for getting that right there. And the first pitch to Trent Laporte is a ball. He's 0 for 3 looking for his first hit. Grounded out to third, flew to the left, and hit the double play. Jaro with a good lead. And a fly ball. And that's going to stay in play. And the left fielder, Ryder Babin, makes the catch. And so he finishes 0 for 4, perhaps, depending on if East Ascension can get some runs here in the 7th inning. And so you have 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors and 1 left on base, and our score 5-1. We're going to keep it here for the top of the 7th. And it's been a tough one again for East Ascension as they fought hard. They had the early 1-0 lead, and then Santa Maria fought back with 3 of their own in the 2nd and then 2 in the 6th. But that's kind of how the season's gone. They've been close. They've played good games. They've had good pitching. They've had good hitting today, but Santa Maria just a little better.
Yeah, I mean it's exactly what you're talking about. That's kind of been their MO for the season. They're in the game. You get to the 6th, 7th inning, and then kind of just, I don't even want to say get blown out because they haven't gotten blown out this year. Just kind of put the game just a little bit, further out of reach. You really wanted to keep that at 3-1 if you can, but good job by the Gators coming in, putting on 2 extra insurance runs right there to give them a little bit more of a cushion. So we got a new pitcher, or is it still Kelly?
I think it's still Kelly. I believe I saw 32.
Yep, still is. You're right.
Yep.
Man.
So he's trying to get the complete game victory, and he'll get it if he can get 3 more outs. Wes Boudreaux, Petrie Thompson, and Caden Gautreaux are the expected 3 in the 7th.
And, you touched on it earlier. I mean, they've had some hitting today. I mean, they've got 6-7 hits.
Yes.
You do the Spartans, just can't string a bunch of them together. They've had traffic on
Yeah.
Ultimately, every inning, they've had traffic on the bases, just hadn't been able to push more than 1 across.
And there's a strike to Wes Boudreaux. He is 0 for 1. He had a sacrifice and then grounded to first, back to the pitcher covering the bag. Count now 0-2. Grounded to second, and a good, clean grab by Jaro over to Bourgeois for the first out.
Yeah, Jaro, the ball just kind of pulls him to the first base side. See him take a couple, 2-3 steps. Easy ball to field right there. Good throw for that first out.
Right, one got past him, a hot shot that he tried to grab off the side, but that was a tough one. That was off of Wilson's bat in the 2nd inning. Yeah. But makes a nice, clean play right there.
You see Thompson can take that first pitch for a strike right there. I would imagine the Spartans are taking until a strike. Then they can unleash.
So 1-1. Out away. So Thompson had the double with the RBI that scored Wilson, and then popped up to short.
I'll tell you, he just missed that pitch right there. That ball was fouled back with some authority. When you see balls fouled back with velocity like that, they were just off.
And a swing and a miss. for the second out.
Kelly right there. He knows he got that ball down where those left-handed hitters like that pitch, and Thompson just missed their pitch prior to that. So Kelly goes just a little bit further up in the zone, a little tough for those left-handed hitters to get it to that ball up there.
And maybe the final chance right here, Caden Gotro, who is 1 for 1. He came in replacing Melanson, the pitcher. And that's a ball. So he came in. He also pinch ran for Brown and got caught stealing on a perfect throw by Laporte. And there's a strike called. 1-1. Kelly looking for the third out and the complete game victory. Close, but no cigar.
A little up, little out.
Yep. I agree with that assessment.
Louse out is a tough one to get for Kelly.
Yep.
He's like, what am I doing? Just throw the ball, make him hit it.
3-1. All 4. And now you got the adventure with the base runner, although probably not too. He's not going to be very active right here.
Yeah, he doesn't matter. I mean, if he scores, it's 5-2.
Yeah.
Right. He'll be cautious over there. Should be.
Now Babin. He singled and flew out. Yeah, it's not as much of a lead. And there's a ball.
You see Kelly with a little body language now, getting a little frustrated with himself.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to get that last out.
Innings 2 through 7, he's given up a base runner. 2-0.
He's kind of overcompensating right now. He's doing a good job. There you go. I was going to say maybe the shortstop or somebody should probably come in and talk to him, calm him down. But if you're EA, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to. If you're not offering anything out of the zone, don't help him out. Try to keep trying to aggravate him or let him aggravate himself, right? Get as many base runners as you can. Give yourself an opportunity to push anything you can across home.
And this is why the insurance runs are so important, because with the 2-0 count to Babin, if he does reach base, then you got Browning at the plate. And he got that base hit in the 5th, and he's their top hitter. And with the 4-run lead, you don't fall behind or you don't get the tie right there. And just an easy strike. Taking all the way like you suggested.
Yep.
And that's stabbed by the pitcher. The flip to first, and that's the ball game. Great play by Kelly. He wanted to end it himself.
Yeah, he did. He sold out right there. He was like, this ball is not getting by me. I'm going to dive on top of it if I have to. Good play. Makes the cautious little 3, 4, 5 steps to first, underhand flip to finish that game off.
And so no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left. Our final score, Santa Maria 5, East Ascension 1. We'll take a short break and come back and wrap things up. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
ETO is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
Welcome back. Jeff Porsche, Mike Moeller with you. Our final score, Santa Maria 5, East Ascension 1. And I guess you had to tip the cap to the complete game victory for Chase Kelly, who now improves to 4-0 0 on the season.
Yeah, great job. I mean, he gave it the 1 run in the second inning. Thought maybe he got his pitch count elevated towards the middle of the game there, but kind of toughed it out, grinded some out. Spartans had a bunch of traffic on the base pretty much every inning. Didn't let it bother him. Rebounded, got the outs when he needed to, got himself a CG.
And just clutch hitting at the right times in the right innings for Santa Monica. You got a couple of RBIs from Jaro. Swanson got one. Molazan and Mole all got one in the second inning. And a good job by Santa Monica. They trailed 1-0 going into the bottom of the second and then answered with 3, and that's what good teams do.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're the Spartans, I mean, it's kind of what we've been hearing, right? I mean, they're in the game, and they obviously they didn't get blown out there 5-1, but absolutely in that game until the 6th inning. They gave up those 2 runs, the insurance runs to the Gators, but I mean they only give up runs in 2 innings of that game and end up losing 5-1.
And so they've dropped to 0-1 in district, and Santa Monica moves to 1-0 in district, and they'll meet again on Thursday. Should be a good one as well. On Thursday, we'll be at Dutchtown for softball. Santa Monica at Dutchtown, and that ought to be a good one as well. So we'd like to remind everyone you can watch our games live streamed on the Rev Sports 1 YouTube channel each week, as well as the replays on TV on Rev Channel 4. Thanks for watching, and again, a reminder to join us Thursday at 5 from Lady Griffin Field in Geismar, as the Lady Griffins will host top-ranked Santa Monica in a District 5 5A softball game. For Mike Moeller, I'm Jeff Porsche. You've been watching the Rev Game of the Week.